Art Focus is a program about the brightest and the most current developments in the fields of art and cultural life in the country and in the world. It is a report about the greatest cultural events like musical concerts, festivals, art exhibitions and theater premieres. You will be able to visit the most interesting theater sets as well as workshops of famous artists, and you will also get acquainted with the best art representatives and learn the secrets of their crafts together with the Art Focus program. Art Focus is always in the focus of the brightest events. Recently in Almaty, a concert devoted to the memory of legendary musician, composer and poet Batyrkhan Shukenov and entitled Thank You for Your Love has taken place at the Palace of the Republic. His friends, outstanding artists Valery Miladze, Dalir Nazarov, Sivara Nazarkhan and many others have come to honor the memory of the musician. I can say that I have been listening to Batyrkhan Shukenov's songs particularly since my birth. We were graduating from school with his amazing famous hits. I guess no one will forget such songs as Your Steps and Brother. When it's raining in Almaty, in my music player, first of all Batyrkhan Shukenov's songs The Rain is played. I think that all his songs, without exception, reach the hearts of people. Today I've come to listen to his well-known hits, and I would even say to sing with him. Above all, what makes me happy is that even his friends from Russia have come here. I expect much from the concert, and I hope it will go off warmly, sincerely and brilliantly. I think the Almaty citizens will remember this event for a long time. My congratulations, Batyr! Batyrkhan Shukenov started his creative way in 1982 in the Kazakhstani band Aray that was performing with Roza Rymbayeva. And in 1987, Batyrkhan Shukenov and his musician friends formed their own ensemble under the name Alma-Ata, which subsequently was renamed to A Studio. In 2000, Batyrkhan Shukenov took a decision to embark on solo career. Since then, he had led an active touring life, recorded songs, participated in TV projects, and he had been incredibly popular not only in Kazakhstan, but also far beyond it. I have been listening to Batyrkhan Shukenov's music since a very young age. His songs have always remained catchy. It is so sad that he's gone. And also his songs are associated with many things of my life. Concerning the concert, I can say that I'm very pleased with the concert. But of course, there is a tinge of sadness. I also was at the concert in memory of Batyrkhan Shukenov last year, and I came this time too. There were moments when tears came into my eyes. I'm so grateful that there had been such an artist, that he remains in our hearts. But still it is so sad that he is not with us anymore. Throughout the centuries, a tremendous role in state formation has been played by historical figures, making a significant impact on the development of historical process. Ahmet Batursynov became one of such personalities for Kazakhstan. He was an enlightener, linguistic scientist, literary scholar, translator and prominent public figure. As far back as the beginning of the 20th century, he reformed the Kazakh written language on the basis of the Arabic script and developed scientific terminology for defining Kazakh grammar. In addition, Ahmet Baytursynov wrote several books to teach Kazakh children their native language and did a huge research work together and then published samples of Kazakh verbal folklore, thereby having contributed to the development of Kazakh literature and writing system. The Ahmet Baytursynov House Museum opened its doors in 1993. Some unique archival photographs and documents, personal stuff and manuscripts of the invaluable scientific treatises are exhibited in the museum halls. Every year, the House Museum is visited by a large number of people who wish to come in touch with a complicated but at the same time powerful story about life of this great man. In this house we had been living since 1934. I was 1 year, 8 months old at that time. My grandfather was highly literate. He spoke both Kazakh and Russian perfectly. Besides, he began learning the Arabic language, and after a while, he created the alphabet. He was involved in writing all the books presented here. My grandfather wrote mainly many manuals and books for Kazakh children, so that they could be educated and literate. Also, he was the first to form the Kazakh writing system. My grandfather composed many songs as well, and he could play the piano. We had actually a big black piano. Besides, he could play the dobra very well. In addition, my granddad was an amateur photographer. He took pictures quite a lot, so he could do anything and did everything on his own. When I come here, it seems to me that I've come home. Such a feeling I have. Kazakhstan cherishes the memory of Ahmet Baytursynov. Kostanay State University was named in honor of the great scientist and enlightener. Also, streets and parks were named after him, and monuments were established in many cities and towns of Kazakhstan. And in the hearts of many generations, Ahmet Baytursynov rightly remains as a spiritual advisor of the Kazakh people. The art of acting is based on the transformation principle, but true transformation is not only to show the appearance of a character. An actor has to reveal the inner world of this personage, demonstrate personality traits and convey thoughts and feelings as well. Today, the guest of our program, popular actor Aziz Bishenaliyev, will tell about his creative way. I would say everything happened to me unexpectedly. While I was at senior school, I actually dreamed of entering the medical university to become a surgeon, and later a ship's doctor, and thus to spend my entire life under sail. But after a while I changed my mind, and I did nothing till I met some guys who were engaged in amateur drama studio. I joined them just for fun pastime. Then they began attending preparatory classes before taking entrance examinations for a serious studio theater of the Young Spectators Theater. I started attending those training sessions, and later on I realized that I would be able to get in there. Still, I knew that it wasn't my true desire to enter the young spectator theater. But right at the same time, I wanted to become an actor. The dilemma was resolved by itself in a year when it was announced about an admission to a similar studio theater attached to the Tashkent Russian Drama Theater. So soon I entered there. Let's just say that when I was a child, I had no desire to become an actor, and there was not any continuity of generations. I would like to say one thing. My father was quite a famous Soviet film actor. He was a true actor with a capital A. And of course his fame helped me initially, since I started my film career in the 90s, when there was a certain lull in cinematography, and naturally the film directors who invited me having absolutely no information on me were attracted primarily by my surname. So in other words, I realized that it was a sort of advance that life made me for my professional development, and helped me to enter the professional mainstream. Another matter is that an advance has to be worked off, because if you get it and do not work it off in response, then pretty soon all advances may run out and your salary still does not come. But I hope I've worked all my advances off to some extent. The acting profession is one of the most unstable occupations invented by man. In each profession, some things depend on you, but there is also dependence on people around you and certain circumstances. There are some occupations in which the thing that determines whether you will make some good bread depends very little on circumstances, but an actor, even a good one, may not always affect whether or not he will get a job, because there are many other people who make a decision regarding a role offer. Every time you are offered something, you are unaccustomed to, and that unfortunately happens to me not quite often, it puzzles you, but then you think, maybe I should try to do it. And so you set yourself such a challenging task. With some of them, you deal successfully, but you may not cope with other ones. The last such experiment for me was involvement in the play Modern Times, staged at the Artishock Theater. The director had suddenly offered me to play 80-year-old Charlie Chaplin. To be frank, I really liked the process. I cannot say what theatrical character is more suitable to me. And actually it makes me glad, because if an actor knows his theatrical character and all things that he can or cannot do, I find it quite sad. Of course, there are some things that I am not able to do, and it makes me upset. However, the wider the range of my skills applied in practice becomes, the happier I am when I think about it. I warmly remember my work on the movie Mustafa Shokai. And that's because to work with such a master as Saken Narymbetov and on such material means, of course, a great piece of luck for any actor. Also, I am proud of my work, and it happens to me quite rarely, also in Saken Narymbaev's film entitled Amanat. No one had offered me such a role before, and no other director had worked with me the way it was during shooting of that film. This is my only role that I like, as it is even after the screening. The movie Paragraph 78 also evokes warm memories for me, since it was a hard but still fun adventure. I know there are people who can say that they feel themselves permanently happy. I am jealous of them, because I can hardly understand how it can be possible. As for me, sometimes I am in that state, but it happens that I am not, so I usually call myself an occasionally happy person.